will continue to respond with overwhelming military force against any group that threatens the safety of citizens and troops alike. The men and women of the military will continue to put themselves in harm's way time and time again in order to protect our great nation. During the week leading to the 17th of August, which is today, the military, in the course of its operations, neutralized 28 terrorists, while 92 of them were arrested. 6 gun runners, 3 kidnappers, 6 collaborators, and 7 perpetrators of oil theft. Troops also rescued 82 kidnapped hostages and denied oil thieves the estimated value of over 870 million naira. Troops equally recovered 108 weapons and 556 ammunition. The breakdown of these weapons and ammunition are as follows: AK-47 rifles 22, PKT gun 1, pump action gun 6, Den gun 4, fabricated rifles 1, Galileo rifle 1, rocket propelled gun bombs 1, hand grenades 44, among others. It is stating the obvious that the armed forces possesses the power and the will to hunt down those who wish to bring harm to our citizens. The ongoing operations is a direct message to those who question the resolve of the military. It is also a message to members of the violent extremist groups that think that they can hide. They can be rest assured that others will raise their sons and their daughters. That is, if they have sons and daughters. Now, let's take a look at our operations, beginning with the Northeast, where we have Operation Hadin Kai. Troops of Operation Hadin Kai arrested a terrorist collaborator and kidnapper at Gujba and Kaga local government areas of Borno and Yobe states, respectively. Additionally, terrorist combatants surrendered to troops at 3 different locations, namely Kukawa, Konduga, and Bama local government areas of Borno State. The operations resulted in the elimination of terrorists, rescued kidnapped hostages, and the recovery of arms and ammunition. For instance, on the 9th of August, 3 terrorist combatants surrendered to troops at Kukawa and Konduga local government area of Borno State. One of the combatants was identified as Malam Abba Mudu. Items recovered from him include 3 AK-47 rifles, 26 rounds of 7.62 millimeter special, 3 magazines loaded with 60 rounds of 7.62 special, and 3 empty magazines. On the 8th of August, troops ambushed terrorists at Kuka in Konduga local government area of Borno State. Following a firefight, troops eliminated one of the terrorists while others fled with injuries. Troops recovered 63 rounds of 12.7 mm ammo and 1 improvised explosive device shell, among others. The air component of Operation Hadin-Kai conducted air recce over location Arena Chiki. The location was confirmed to have terrorist presence and activities. Consequently, airstrikes were conducted, degrading and neutralizing the terrorists. Overall, in Operation Hadin-Kai, troops recovered 20 AK-47 rifles, 1 FN rifle, 1 Galileo rifle, among others. Troops eliminated 7 terrorists, arrested 5, and rescued 31 kidnapped hostages. 28 family members of terrorists that were recovered from their camp after the elimination of the combatants, which were their husbands, are also in troops' custody. Profiling is ongoing. Next is the North Central, where we have Operation Safe Haven. Troops of Operation Safe Haven arrested a notorious kidnap gang leader and his foot soldiers at Mangu local government area and Bokos local government areas of Plateau State. Troops in the course of operations also recovered arms and ammunition. For instance, on the 8th of August, troops arrested a notorious kidnap gang leader identified as Alhaji Abdulkarim Bawa at Janaret Market in Mangu local government area of Plateau State. The suspect has been on our watch list. He was tracked and apprehended. Overall, troops of Operation Safe Haven recovered 1 AK-47 rifle, neutralized 2 gunmen, rescued 2 kidnapped hostages, and arrested 6 suspects. We can now roll over to another operation in North Central, Operation Wild Stroke. Troops of Operation Wild Stroke conducted fighting patrols and arrested an impostor at Wukari and Guma local government areas of Taraba and Benue states, respectively. Troops ambushed kidnappers and rescued hostages at Nasarawa local government area of Nasarawa State. Troops equally recovered arms and ammunition. For instance, on the 10th of August, troops ambushed a kidnap syndicate in Nasarawa local government area of Nasarawa State. Following a firefight, the gunmen fled with injuries, and troops recovered 4 AK-47 rifles, 7 AK-47 rifle magazines, 199 rounds of 7.62 mm special, among others. Overall, troops of Operation Wild Stroke recovered 4 AK-47 rifles, 199 rounds of 7.62 special, 7 AK-47 magazines, neutralized 1 terrorist, arrested 5, and rescued 1 kidnapped hostage. Let's now cross over to the northwest, where we have Operation Hadirin Daji. The troops of Operation Hadirin Daji continued to degrade terrorists in their general area. Troops eliminated terrorists, recovered arms and ammunition at Isa and Bukuyum local government area of Sokoto State, as well as Tangaza local government area of Zamfara State. Troops also arrested terrorist collaborators at Shinkafi local government area of Sokoto State. The operations resulted in the rescue of kidnapped hostages at Sabon Birni and Dan Musa local government areas of Sokoto and Katsina State, respectively. For instance, on the 7th of August, troops acted on information that terrorists were moving from Sokoto with some abductees. Troops responded and ambushed the terrorists at the outskirts of Bukuyum local government area of Zamfara State. Following a firefight, troops neutralized 10 terrorists while others fled. Troops recovered 6 AK-47 rifles, 1 PKT gun, 5 AK-47 magazines, 20 rounds of 7.62 special millimeter ammo, 3 mobile phones, among others. In a separate occurrence, on the 11th of August, following intelligence of terrorists escaping with 6 kidnapped victims along road Maidebino, Nasarawa in Dan Musa local government area of Katsina State, troops mobilized to the location and made contact with the terrorists. Following a firefight, the terrorists fled while troops rescued 6 kidnapped hostages. The air component of Operation Hadirin Daji conducted air recce around Rabe Horo enclave. Now this enclave is home to a notorious terrorist who was involved and indeed perpetrated the abduction of passengers along road Jibia Batsari on the 26th of July. Confirming terrorist activity and presence, airstrikes were conducted, neutralizing and degrading everyone present. Overall, troops of Operation Hadirin Daji recovered 7 AK-47 rifles, 1 PKT gun, 18 rounds of 7.62 special, among others. Troops neutralized 13 terrorists, 7 were arrested, 2 informants, 2 collaborators, and then 16 kidnapped hostages were rescued. A look now at another operation in the Northwest, Operation Wild Punch. Troops of Operation Wild Punch, in the fight against terrorists, rescued kidnapped hostages at Igabi local government area of Kaduna State. Troops also arrested suspected terrorists and recovered arms and ammunition at Zangu Kataf local government area of Kaduna State. Sadly, it is no more news that we sustained casualties on the 14th of August in two separate but related operations or occurrences. It is on this note that on behalf of the Chief of Defense Staff, I express our heartfelt condolences to the families, friends, and the colleagues of the men that were killed in action. In the first instance, troops, while conducting offensive operation, entered into an ambush in Gudu General Area in Chiruru local government area of Niger State. And then the ambush and the firefight resulted in the death of 3 officers, 22 soldiers, while 7 were wounded in action. As a result of this, there was need for casualty evacuation, whereby the Air Force helicopter was dispatched. While that process was on, that operation was on, and inbound to Abuja, the helicopter crashed. And it crashed to Kaduna, sorry. It crashed. And it crashed with 14 of the previously killed in action personnel at the ambush, 7 of the previous wounded in action personnel at the ambush, the 2 pilots for the helicopter, and 2 crew members. One thing is for sure: no one, no group will strike at own troops without injurious consequences. The air component of Operation Wild Punch acquired targets on terrorist enclave at Kuriga and Bidningwari local government area of Kaduna State. The locations were confirmed to have terrorist activity. Accordingly, airstrikes were conducted. Next is the South-South, where we have Operation Delta Safe. Troops of Operation Delta Safe sustained the momentum against the activities of crude oil theft. Troops destroyed several illegal refining sites and recovered stolen products. Troops also arrested suspected gun runners and recovered arms at Obudu and Boki local government areas of Cross River State. The air component of Operation Delta Safe conducted air interdiction at Bile. Overhead the location, 3 boats were sighted tapping crude from a pipeline at southeast of Bile. The targets were acquired and struck. Overall, troops of Operation Delta Safe destroyed 36 dugout pits, 62 boats, 73 storage tanks, and 75 cooking ovens, among others. Troops also neutralized 3 gunmen, arrested 12, and also arrested 4 gun runners and 7 perpetrators of oil theft. Last and not the least of the operations is in the northeast, where we have Operation Udoka. Troops of Operation Udoka arrested indigenous people of Biafra and their Eastern Security Network cohorts at Nnewi South local government area of Anambra State. Troops also raided the hideout of this group at Igbo Eze North local government area of Enugu State and neutralized gunmen at the location. The operation equally resulted in the rescue of kidnapped hostages. For instance, on the 10th of August 2023, troops raided suspected indigenous people of Biafra and the Eastern Security Network cohorts criminal hideout in Igbo Eze, North local government area of Enugu State. Troops made contact with the terrorists. Following a firefight, troops eliminated 3 of the group members. Troops recovered 2 pump-action guns as well as 1 locally fabricated rifle. Overall, troops of Operation Udoka eliminated 3 indigenous people of Biafra and their Eastern Security Network cohorts, 4 pump-action guns, 1 fabricated rifle, arrested 18 of them, and then rescued 2 kidnapped hostages. Now, I want to conclude by saying that the outcomes of these operations as enumerated speaks to the professionalism of men and women of the armed forces. It speaks of their courage, and it also speaks of their bravery. These men and women put themselves in harm's way time and time again to protect our great nation. Troops will continue to use superior military force to eliminate any group or groups that constitute a threat to the safety of citizens and armed forces alike. Lastly, I will say that no group will strike armed troops without injurious consequences. Thank you, and I'll yield the floor for your questions, please. Thank you very much.